fireside is burning bright, and they're caroling through the night, and it's Christmas. Okay, I'm done. I cracked myself up. Itchy-hoo. This is the Reddit Mess Holiday Edition. Where basically I read a bunch of Reddit stories, I give a little ha-ha kiki moment, my unsolicited advice, some vocals, as you can see, and some commentary. So please don't forget to like and subscribe. You know, put down in the comments what you think. And let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, so as I stated in my beautiful intro, go ahead and listen to that again if you like. Today, my subreddits are going to be about the holidays and all the drama that they have to offer. Because we all know, when it comes down to the holidays, there's always someone that wants to be the biggest ass of them all. And I'm here for the drama. I'm here for the tea. So let's go ahead and get into it. The first subreddit is, am I the asshole? Am I the asshole for refusing to apologize to my husband in writing after I canceled all his family invitations to a Christmas celebration at our house? Let's go ahead and get into it. So to give some context, I'm 32 female and have been married to my husband, 39 male, for 4 years. I work a full-time job while he does a 3 times a week night shift. We have a 2-year-old and I'm 6 months pregnant. So pause for the phone because my spidey senses are tingling. She works a full-time job. They have a 2-year-old and she's 6 months pregnant. She works a full-time job. Hubby works 3 times a week. Let that sink in. Now let's proceed. This whole drama started days ago. My husband has a large family, and on every Christmas they gather at his father's house. My father-in-law passed away a year ago. This year my husband decided, as the man of the family, to host Christmas at our house, unbeknownst to me. He sent out invitations for a 5-day Christmas celebration to his entire family. What? For a 5-day Christmas celebration? For his entire family, which, by the way, consists of 26 members in total. That's too much. 5-day holiday celebration? That's damn near a week. That's too much. Getting back into it. I found out by accident and I was too shocked to react. I confronted him on it and he said I shouldn't be surprised and just get used to it because after his father's death, he's now the family's head. And all major family events will be held in our house and in his presence. I freaked out and said, no, this is wrong. And he should have talked to me first before sending out any invitations to his family, knowing that I have other commitments like work and taking care of the house and our son. He said, we'll manage if I took time off work, but that means more workload later and it take away from my maternity leave. Oh, he's selfish. Oh, he's not thinking correctly. I demanded he cancel the invitations, but he refused, saying, over my dead body, then walked out. I ended up sending a mass text to everyone who received an invitation explaining that we will not be hosting Christmas this year. He found out and went off on me, calling my behavior outrageously appalling and said that I broke his word to his family and made him look small and with no authority. I, in a very strict tone, replied that I didn't sign up to host a celebration and accommodate 26 people while pregnant and taking care of a toddler and working. I don't care if he became the head of the family after his father's death because it means nothing to me. He took offense to that and walked out almost crying. He later talked about how I disrespected his father and him with what I said and demanded a handwritten apology for canceling the event and for being insensitive towards him and undermining his authority in front of his family. But I said no apology from me in any form, and the issue is still up, especially with my mother-in-law giving me a stern talk about how out of line I was for disrespecting my husband's decisions regarding the holiday celebration with family. Woo! Let us take a sip of my Starbies. I had to take a few moments off camera, reread the story to really get a full picture here about what it is that I want to say. because I'm definitely torn. I'm not torn in the sense of the original poster here. I don't think she's an asshole. If anything, okay, let me do the wife first. I don't think that she's an asshole. I really feel as though her husband really just did not consider her feelings in this whole situation. She's pregnant. She's working full time. She's carrying life. And then you want to have a 5-day marathon for Christmas, babe? That's too much. That's way too fucking much. What are you doing in these 5 days? Yeah, what are you doing in these 5 days? I get Christmas Eve and I get Christmas Day. I get that. But the whole 26 people in your house for 5 days? Sweetie, too much. Too much for your pregnant wife. And the fact that he came back and was like, when she confronted him, and what did he say? And said, I shouldn't be surprised and just get used to it. I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all, because the vibe that I'm getting here is I'm here and you're here. This is what I say. What I says goes. If I say jump, you need to be like, how high? I don't like that, because number one, again, sweetie, you're working 3 times a week. How do you feel? How are your balls that enlarged and you're only working 3 times a week, and your wife, the one that's getting ready to give life, is holding it down with this full-time job? Where do you come off acting that way? I don't get it. I really don't understand. Please make it click for me. But that's neither here or there. And then for him to come back with this handwritten letter, oh, like she's a child. That right there, I can't comprehend that. I can't comprehend that. Like, I understand that his father passed away, and this is where I was torn, because I get it. Everyone grieves differently. And I get it. The pressure's on him now. I don't know if he's the only male or he's the oldest, but I definitely get keeping up with traditions and trying to be the man of the house. So people start doing weird stuff when, their loved ones, especially their parents, pass away. People start getting weird, and this is where I was torn. But then at the same time, I'm thinking in my head, like, damn, this is what messes me up a lot, is because I always try to give people the benefit of the doubt, and I don't know if this is one of those circumstances, like if I'm really trying to give this man the benefit of the doubt and he's just having a moment, or he's really just an effed up individual altogether. You know what I'm trying to say? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm a little torn, but definitely she's not the asshole. Definitely they need to sit down and have a conversation. Definitely he needs to get off his high horse of being the man of the house, and really be considerate of his wife. And then also, I didn't even talk about the mother-in-law, even though there's really not much to say here. I don't know. I'm gonna leave that to y'all. Like, what do y'all think in the comments? Okay, so the next post is still the same subreddit. Am I the asshole? The question is, am I the asshole for telling the kids their dad took this year's Christmas away from them? Ooh. And a ooh. So let's go ahead and get into it. So I'm a working mother of 3. Kids are 9, 11, and 5. My husband used to have a job, but was let go at the end of 2020 and hasn't worked since then. Yes, he worked in a few places here and there, like the gas station, but he couldn't keep it because he lacked, quote unquote, motive and passion. Okay. All in all, our financial situation isn't so great, but I've decided to start saving money to be able to get the decent Christmas celebration the kids wanted and couldn't get in 2019 and 2020. I put money aside to buy decoration and prepare meals and also gifts, but just a couple of days ago, found out that my husband had taken $500 out of my account, and from the money I saved, oh, I would have beat his ass. I would have beat his ass. But getting back into it, I saved the rest of my salary goes to bills and groceries, and gave them to he gave them to his little brother to help him out in child support. Pause, hold the phone. Pause, hold the phone. So you decided you have a 9-year-old, an 11-year-old, and what was it? A 9-year-old, 11-year-old, and a 5-year-old. And you decided to take $500 out to help your brother out with his child support for his kids. And your wife literally just mentioned from 2019 to 2020, they didn't have a good Christmas. So you decided that, well, what's another year for them to have a fucked up Christmas? Let me help my brother with his child support. Sweetie, you have your own kids to think about. Oh, I'm disgusted. Anyways, I found out and had a big argument with him about how he essentially stole this year's Christmas from the kids to help his irresponsible brother pay for child support. Exactly. My husband apologetically said he had no choice. It was pushed by family to contribute and pay part of his brother's child support. Otherwise, they won't see their nephew's grandchildren since his brother's baby mama is vicious and spiteful. Okay, really? Did he lay down with that woman and have kids with that woman? No, he did not. So why is that his responsibility? I'm not understanding. And if the parents are over here concerned, and nephews, so that means there's other siblings here. If they're so concerned that they won't be able to see the nephews and the grandchildren, how come the parents and the other siblings can't help to contribute? How come you guys couldn't come collectively to break up, okay, hey, I can pay 50, let's all pay 50 and chip in, however many there are. Why are you putting this all on one person? I'm not feeling that. Anyways, the kids came in and I just told them that unfortunately I can't afford Christmas this year, and it's because of their dad who took it away from them by taking the money. There was utter silence and my husband glanced at me in disbelief. He told the kids to go to their rooms and screamed asking what the F is wrong with me to spout this kind of bullshit in front of the kids. I said it's the truth and that I sacrificed so much to save money to give the kids some joy this holiday that their father selfishly took the money and gave it away. He said he would pay me back in time before Christmas, but I don't see this possible since he doesn't even have gas money. Oh! I'm not laughing at the situation, the poor little kids. I'm laughing at the fact that the mom, she's on it. Because baby, how you gonna pay back? Right now you look like the Grinch that stole Christmas. How you gonna pay me back and you don't even have gas money? You don't even have gas money. How you gonna handle this if you don't even have gas money? Oh. He got pissed and said I shouldn't tell the kids that he took their Christmas money and that the psychological damage I'm doing to the kids is worth a lot more than money, and accused me of turning the kids against him and making them resent him for trying to help out a family member, and stormed off and spent time with his family. He accused me of causing my children mental traumas by saying their dad took Christmas away from them and alienating them from him. Adding to this, I just wanted to say that the kids know that mommy is the money who brings home. Wait, what? Typo error. Just wanted to say that the kids know that mommy is the person who brings home money. And so if Christmas gets canceled and because of the money, they'll think of it's because of me. I had many, many conversations with them about it. And the last thing I want is to see them disappointed in me for something that is not my fault. Thank you! Exclamation point. Let's get really close and personal here. So close that you can see the pits of my pores and my eyes. Yeah. I just want to preface by stating I don't have any kids, right? I don't have any kids. I just thought I'd put that in there. Anyways, do I think that she's an asshole? No, I don't think that she's an asshole. But it's hard for me to relate to this. Like, it's really hard for me to add my 2 cents in this because I didn't grow up with this type of shenanigans. I'm not even gonna lie. My mom, my dad, they're divorced, but they definitely have a healthy relationship. But my mom, she made it a point to keep whatever was going on between them. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, she felt like it wasn't a child's place to be all up in the mix of grown folks' business and whatever was going on between my mom and my dad, right? And she even told me, she's like, whatever happens, she was like, I was never going to talk bad about your dad. My dad never talked bad about my mom. I was the one that was just going to have to grow up and see who they were for whatever they were, whatever that may be, right? So that's why it's hard for me to... I get what she did, but it's hard for me to wrap my head around her kind of like spilling the beans about their dad, at a 9 years old, 11 years old, and 5 years old. You catch what I'm putting down? I just felt like they could have seen that on their own or maybe a little, years later. But that's neither here or there. Again, I'm going to say, I don't think that she's an asshole. For the people that have kids, let me know in the comment section what you guys think about that. But let's go ahead and get down to it. The plan. After that little moment would have happened, I think it would have been best if they had a joint account. She just needs to go ahead and get his name off of it, or go ahead and get another account where she can put all her money that she is working into. He does not need to have any access to her bank account. No more. That's number one. Homeboy had the nerve to sit up there and say, I was going to get the money back. I was going to put it in by Christmas. He needs to find the passion and the motivation right then and there and get his ass a job. Get his ass a job and pay that back. That's what I would truly see. I would literally wait to see what he was going to do. I feel as though if she was going to spill the beans about the dad, I feel as though she should have waited until Christmas. Or maybe not Christmas, because that would definitely be fucked up to just spill the beans on Christmas Day. Maybe like a week before Christmas, if it doesn't seem like there's any way possible, to see if he is going to walk that walk and do what he needs to do. I would be so disappointed at the simple fact that he felt that it was okay for him to take $500 out of their savings account that was put towards his family that he created and just put it into someone else's hands. In this case, his brother-in-law, for child support. And this man don't even have a job. This man don't even have two nickels, 2 dimes to rub together. And he just wants to take that away from his wife that ultimately paid or worked to make sure that their kids had a good Christmas. I don't know. That would really be hard for me to overlook that, honestly. Like, it's one thing if you and I at that moment in time, like, we're not on the same page, we're not vibing together. But it's another thing for me to imagine myself having a child with someone and you don't even put your child first. That bothers me. Like, you put your kids on the back burner for someone else's kids. That bothers me. So this is going to be the last subreddit, the last post that I read, and then we're going to close out. This subreddit is entitled Parents, and you guys know how much I love entitled Parents. And then we add the holiday drama. Oh, this should be good. So the post is babysit our kids for free on Christmas. So the person starts off with saying, these parents out here wilding lately. So here's the story. And then they're doing it by bullet list. So just so you're aware why I'm reading it like this, they have bullets for each person here. So wife, hot, sexy, beautiful, very much pregnant wife, relevant. Me, the husband, staring at them confused. Entitled mother, entitled annoying mother, also boss. Entitled dad, also boss. So now they get into the story. So my wife and I have been married for almost 2 years now. We split the holidays because our families live in separate cities. These people know that. This year, it's my wife's family's year for Christmas. We planned it with our respective jobs, asked off, and both got approved. Only problem, my wife is a nanny. She works hourly and gets paid for time ahead of time. She's pregnant, and the poor woman has a days where my future child really just knocks it out of her. This results in her owing time, which is fair. We don't mind that. However, this was just too far. So they invited us over for dinner, and this is how it went. Entitled mother, bullet, ghetto duck, and Miss Ghetto Duck. First off, pause on the phone. Why did you call yourselves Ghetto Duck and Miss Ghetto Duck? That just rubs me the wrong way. And if you know, then you know. Okay? So, anyways, we invited you because we need to ask you something. I rolled my eyes. I knew they were going to pull something. They've been notoriously self-absorbed the entirety of my wife's working relationship with them. And these people were friends that used to go to our church. So me and my wife were looking at them and waiting for them to ask whatever it was. And she looks at us with a bright ass smile on her face. Entitled mother, you can't have work off anymore. We need you to watch Entitled Child on Christmas. When I tell you, fuck them kids. And I say that so disrespectfully. That's what that whole conversation would have been of right then and there. Fuck that child. Anyways, I laughed and then saw that they were dead ass serious. My wife looked at me confused and shook her head, explaining we already bought the plane tickets to go and we are not able to get out of this. That's when the kicker comes in. Entitled dad now proceeds to have a conversation. That's the thing. You can't say no. You owe us ours. And we're going to my boss's party for Christmas. There are no kids that will be there, meaning we work it for free. Granted, we wouldn't do it for money anyways, but I'm damn sure not doing it for free on Christmas. I know that's right. The fact that these people are really being dead serious, that they really expect someone to just forego their plane tickets that they already purchased, which, however that may have costed them, to think that they're going to work a job for free because you have a Christmas party to go to. Babe, yet again, bump those kids. Anyways, getting back into it. She looked at me and I could tell that she felt uncomfortable. My wife doesn't do well at taking up for herself and people often try to abuse that. No more than these people. So I shake my head no and remind them they already approved this. We aren't doing this. They don't take no for an answer. Entitled dad then proceeds on to have a conversation. Entitled child, come out here and tell Miss Ghetto Duck. I really hate the fact that they call themselves Ghetto Duck. That sounds atrocious. I'm upset that you called yourself Ghetto Duck in this situation. Anyways, entitled child, come out here and tell Miss Ghetto Duck how you were so excited to spend Christmas with her. So in walks this child, which granted is a very big product of her environment. She's 4, and I can't really blame her for how she behaves when it's her parents that act like this. Entitled child goes on to have a conversation. Hi, Miss Ghetto Duck. Daddy said we spend Christmas together. I excited. So now we have 2 parents trying to force this child to that I have to crush the dreams of. Basically, what it came down to was me pushing my plate ahead of me and looking them in the eye. You know what? The moment they would have sat down to have this quote unquote dinner should have been the moment where they said, fuck this food and bump your child and got the hell up out of there. Because the fact that they're putting on this big production right here to say, yeah, why don't you come over for dinner? You know, just to pull some mess is atrocious. And the fact that they're using their child to get ultimately sympathy is very sickening. But that's neither here or there. Getting back into it, they say, you either stop this nonsense now or she walks. For what you're paying her, you know you won't find someone else. We leave the house and my wife thanks me in the car because that was stressful for her and the baby. They then text us and tried to call our bluff. It was basically a do it or else, you're jobless this Christmas. So she hit them back with a have a happy new year because she was pissed at this point. And we didn't talk to them. However, today was her shift and they messaged her last night asking if she was still coming. So all in all, just work for classy people who aren't stupid. And that's how they finish it off. I mean, there's really not much to say. I think they handled it very well. But the fact that they felt so entitled for that poor lady to work for them for Christmas, ridiculous. Ridiculous. You better sit your ass out and have your little Christmas party at your house and call it a day. I mean, let me know in the comments what you guys think. But anyways, I'm going to close it out. And we will have another little chit chat, a little tea time next time.